So, have you noticed your website traffic kind of slipping lately, even though you feel like you're doing all the right things with your SEO? Yeah, it's a super frustrating feeling. And trust me, you are not alone. There is a massive shift happening right under our noses in the world of online search. So today, we're going to break down exactly what is going on and, more importantly, how you can get way ahead of the curve. Let's dive in. All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll look at how search itself is transforming. Then, we'll dig into what these new AI systems are really looking for. We'll cover the serious risks of just waiting around, explore a new category of automated tools that can handle all this complexity for you, and finally, we'll talk about how to lock in your digital future. So let's jump right into part one, the search is changing. If you feel like the rules you've played by for years are suddenly being rewritten without you, well, you're right. That old SEO playbook you've got, it's basically becoming a historical document as we speak. And that leads to the big questions so many business owners and marketers are asking themselves right now. Is my SEO failing me? You're putting in the work, you're following what used to be best practices, but the numbers, they just aren't what they used to be. The thing is, it's not that your strategy is suddenly wrong. It's that the entire game has changed right under our feet. At its core, the change is actually pretty simple to understand. We've moved from a world of type and click, where we put keywords into a search bar and scanned a bunch of blue links, to a whole new world of ask and answer. People are now having actual conversations with AI assistants like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude, and they expect direct, complete answers right away. And get this, 6.5% of all organic traffic is already coming from these AI-generated answers. That's a huge number, and it's projected to more than double within the next year alone. So yeah, this isn't some far-off future trend. It's happening right now. Which brings us right to our second section. If we want our websites and our content to actually show up in these new AI answers, we have to understand what AI search really wants. And I'll give you a hint. It is not about stuffing keywords anymore. So, let's break it down. The old world of SEO was obsessed with three things: keywords, backlinks, and plain text. But the new world of AI optimization, it focuses on much deeper concepts. It's about understanding the user's real intent, demonstrating something called EEAT, and using what's called structured data to give your content clear meaning. So what on earth is EEAT? It stands for expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. And you need to remember that acronym because this is the new gold standard for content quality. And AI doesn't just want an answer, it wants the best, most reliable answer from a source it can genuinely trust. It's looking for proof that you're a real authority in your field. And here's the other side of that coin, the technical part. AI needs help understanding the context of what your content is about. That's where structured data, also known as schema markup, comes in. Think of it like adding little labels to your website's code that explicitly tell the AI, hey, this page is a product review, or this person is an expert on this specific topic. Without it, your content is practically invisible to AI. Okay, so now we understand the what and the how, but what about the so what? Why does this matter right now? Understanding the stakes is absolutely critical, because the cost of waiting to adapt, well, it's way higher than you might think. I mean, the data is already coming in, and it's pretty sobering. Some businesses are already reporting traffic drops between 15 and 25%. And why? Because AI-powered search is giving users the answer directly on the results page. They never even have to click through to a website. That's a huge chunk of your potential customers just vanishing. The research puts it really starkly with this quote: "Imagine your competitor's content appearing directly in AI answers while yours stays buried." See, this isn't just about losing traffic. It's about your competitors actively taking that traffic and those customers right from you. Okay, so that's the problem and that's the risk. It sounds complicated, maybe even a little overwhelming, right? But that leads us to the most important question. How in the world do you adapt to all of this without needing a PhD in data science? Well, this is exactly where automated tools come into the picture. The whole goal is to take the heavy lifting and all that technical guesswork right off your plate. A great example of this new breed of software is a platform called ReachRocket, which is designed from the ground up to automate this exact transition. So how does a tool like this actually work? Well, it gets under the hood of your website to automatically put in all that critical schema markup we talked about.
It helps refine your content structure, and it enhances all the technical signals that AI engines are searching for. It basically handles all the difficult parts so you can just focus on running your business.
But here's the big question, right? I know what you're thinking. The world of AI is moving at breakneck speed. What works today might be totally obsolete in 6 months. How can anyone possibly keep up with that?
The solution has to be just as dynamic as the problem. And that's why these new automated platforms use their own AI to constantly monitor what's happening and adapt your site's optimization in real time. This isn't a one-time fix. It's a living system designed to future-proof your visibility so you don't have to start from scratch every single time an algorithm changes.
And that brings us to our final and maybe most important section, securing your digital future. Because if you have the right approach, this massive challenge can actually become an incredibly powerful opportunity. For those who adapt now, the benefits are huge. We're talking about increased visibility in these new answer engines. You'll build much stronger brand authority by being cited as a trusted source. You'll establish a lasting competitive lead that just gets harder and harder for others to close. And all the while, you'll be attracting that really valuable, high-intent traffic.
So ultimately, the big takeaway is this. A new, complex era of search doesn't have to mean you lose control. By leveraging automation, you're not just reacting to change, you're getting out ahead of it, proactively managing your website's place in this new AI-driven world.
Which leaves us with one final, critical question to think about. The way people find information has changed forever. The only question left to ask is your website ready to be found?